Welcome back to the Real Bodybuilding Podcast. This is episode number 70, and I'm here with the man, Nick Walker, who has created a bunch of controversy. And let's talk about your pro debut, man. How are you?
I'm good. I'm feeling great.
Your face looks puffy. How much food have you eaten?
A good amount.
Well, I know on our last podcast, we talked about, after you got your pro card, you said you hadn't had a cheat meal in you had one cheat meal in fucking, I don't know, 20 fucking weeks or something crazy.
Yeah.
So
I ate a lot of food.
I want to know what you ate, because everybody knows that watches the podcast. I'm a food guy, so give me the worst day. Was the right after the show the worst day, or like the day after that?
Probably right after the show.
Did you have to fly? You flew from Atlanta to Florida, right? Or back?
Yeah.
So right after the show, what'd you eat?
First, right after the show, Matt's wife cooked me like this big tinfoil tray of cookies.
Yeah.
So by the time she gave them to me, by the time we were ready to go to the restaurant, half that tray was gone already. And it was a shit ton of cookies, Fouad.
Yeah.
I'm talking.
Let me guess. It's probably the best cookies you ever had.
Yes, by far the best cookies I ever had.
Yeah.
And it was like, normally I was like thinking to myself, I'm going to eat all these cookies. I'm going to fucking get sick. I'm not going to be able to eat my food, but I don't give a fuck right now. Yeah. And as I put the tray down, though, I'm like, I'm fucking starving.
It didn't matter, did it?
But I didn't want to keep going and then risk it, because I'm like, I do want food.
Yeah. I've been there. Yeah.
So me and my family, we went to my favorite cheesecake factory, of course.
Yeah.
And I ate way too much bread to even count and tell you. And then I got a bacon cheeseburger with an egg on top. Nice. 2 orders of fries, and then
you gotta have the egg on top. The egg makes all the difference.
You have to.
It's fucking such a good addition.
It makes it that much better.
The mistake I make is I usually eat the whole tray of fucking cookies, and then nothing tastes good after that.
Really? Yeah, because you get so sick, you're like, I don't even want it.
Like
it looks so good. Yeah. I'm still gonna eat it though. Yeah.
So how was the flight? Like, were you all bloated and shitty on the flight home, or were you okay?
No. So so after we had all that food, I went back to the hotel, and I don't know about you, but I never sleep after a show. I can't sleep.
Yeah, I usually am wired for like a few hours. Like, I'm up late.
I was up all night.
Yeah.
I was just laying in bed on Instagram all night, on YouTube, trying to go to sleep. Just didn't work. So I just laid in bed. And it was like 6:15. I got up, took a shower, did my morning poo-poo and pee-pee. Yeah. And I got on the scale. And I only put on like 3 or 4 pounds. I was like, that's it. Yeah. I said, well, fuck this. I'm going to finish the rest of this tray of cookies. And that's exactly what I did.
Good.
And then me, Matt, my family, and his family, we went out to a breakfast place. I got a huge omelet, a side order of fries, a lot of toast. And his kids got yogurt, and I wanted yogurt too, so I got me some yogurt. And then there were like these, I forget the name of these things, but they looked like powdered donuts that you dip in honey.
Yeah.
Never had them before, demolished all of them. They were too good.
Yeah.
And then but after that, though, honestly, the rest of the day was pretty clean, because after that, we packed up the hotel.
Yeah.
Me and Matt trained legs. And then he took me to the airport, and I didn't really eat nothing.
Okay, so let me ask you a few things. So I'll ask you the more in-depth question first. When I'm up after a show and I can't sleep, usually it's because I'm kind of going over the show in my head and kind of trying to figure out what happened, if something went wrong, if something went good. Like, I'm just kind of replaying shit. And then you're obviously on social media, so you're looking at comments, you're looking at pictures, you're looking at. So what was that process like? Like, what time did everybody go to bed? And what time was it when everybody went to bed and you were kind of still up?
Well, I was in my room alone. Matt actually spent the night with his family.
Okay.
My parents had their own room, so it was just me in the room
Okay.
for that night.
Okay.
And I was
Your girlfriend wasn't there?
No, so we actually broke
shit.
up.
Oh shit.
Let me finish.
Okay.
So we did break up. I don't know, 2 weeks of me being in Florida, maybe.
Yeah.
But then when I was about 7 days out, we had a talk, and we're now like together, but we're taking it nice and slow, seeing what happens.
I have a million.
But she already canceled her flight to come.
Okay.
And I didn't want her to rebook it. Like, I'm like, don't rebook it. That's too much money. Like, it's way too close. Like, it's fine. It was I'm not mad. Like, it's good. So
I want to come back to that. So you keep opening up new things. So I want to come back to that. Okay. So you're in your room by yourself.
Yeah.
What's going through your head at this point? You just had your pro debut, and we'll go back to actually the show, but at night in a hotel room, how are you feeling about your pro debut and all the stuff that's being said online and all that stuff?
Well, it was a mixed emotions. It's like, after, believe it or not, after prejudging, this is my nighttime thoughts. After prejudging, I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't happy.
Yeah.
I thought I looked like after prejudging, I was considered sixth place.
Yeah.
I thought I looked good enough to be in that top four.
Yeah.
At the very end, and I couldn't understand why. So even after the prejudging, I got off stage. I got emotional. I gave Matt a huge hug. I said, I don't get it. I don't know. Like, what did I do? What did we do? So we got back to the hotel really, and he kind of just let me be for a few minutes. Then he said, all right, let me look at you. And we ate some food, nothing crazy. We still kept the diet the same. Like, we didn't go have a burger and fry or nothing. We just had some rice, some peanut butter, and, things like that. And I got really frustrated. I'm like, I know I look good enough to be compared next to that top three.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like, I know I do.
Yeah.
So I came back to finals with, a vengeance pretty much. Like, I knew they were going to rejudge us. Especially after reading all the comments that people who said I got overlooked and all that, I said they're probably going to want to rejudge us.
Yeah.
And I said, I know I'll be in that mix, and I have something to prove now. I have to be better. Yeah. And it seems like I got better. It seemed like everyone said I posed harder. It seemed like I was into it more. I ended up moving up 2 more spots. I got 4th, and arguably could have been 3rd.
Yeah, I think people don't recognize, or people don't maybe understand the effect that your emotions have on stage, because a judge is going to, it's almost like when a judge is looking at you, they can feel your emotions. So if you came back at night and you were like aggressive and on it and pushing, they can see that, right? So they're going to look at you a little bit more. Whereas if you're like reserved and you're timid and you're hiding, they're not hiding, but not as aggressive. They're kind of push you aside, right?
Right.
So it obviously paid off for you because you came back and ended up in 4th. Me judging the show myself, I actually had you in 3rd. And this is no knock against Max. I think Max is a great bodybuilder. I just think, obviously in the midsection, he beats you. He's got an amazing ab structure.
Sure.
But I feel like you I would say in the ab and chest area, he beats you, but you kind of beat him everywhere else. So I feel like in the backside, your back shots were so dominant compared to his that I feel like it put you ahead of him. But obviously the judges have the reasoning for why they put him there, and so be it. But so you moved back up to 4th. So you're laying there at night thinking about it. And how are you feeling with your 4th then?
After letting everything sink in, I was actually very happy. For a pro debut, being, you have Akeem Williams, you have Justin Rodriguez, you got Max Charles, and to basically take 4th after those top 3, I feel is an accomplishment. Yeah. They're elite bodybuilders. They're at the top. They're veterans. Like you know what I mean? So for me, I look at it as it was a win-win. And I was also, the talk of the show. Just especially moving up 2 spots and, taking fourth. So I don't look at it as a loss. I did lose, but I look at it as a win-win for me.
You think that difference between 6th in the morning and 4th at night, do you think it was just emotional and attitude, or do you think there was something different about your physique?
I don't know.
Because I texted you in the morning. I remember.
Yeah.
I saw you come out for the individual posing round, and I'm like, why does he look so dry? Like
they didn't. Matt noticed the same thing. He comes rushing backstage, and he's like, "You need to glaze up right now."
I text you. I'm like, dude, put some oil on it. So,
yeah.
But when you came back out, it looked way better because all of a sudden your chest had a shine on it and stuff. But you didn't. Did you look any? I don't know if you looked any tighter at night though. Like I thought you still looked just as good.
Well, I actually talked to Tyler Manning, and he said I looked a lot better. And he so I don't know if it was like the emotions from prejudging to finals, like it was over, so I like relaxed more. Yeah, and I was more calm. Yeah, and I was, I don't know, but
did you have any reservations after prejudging? Like, did you feel like, oh, maybe I don't belong? Maybe, like, did you?
No,
some of those doubts
I knew I belonged. Yeah, like I said, I just kind of felt like I was overlooked a little bit. Yeah. Because the top people they called out, whoever, I don't know his name, so forgive me, was I was on the end, and whoever was in like between me and I think Justin, he was nowhere to be found after that call out.
Well, I don't know if it was Eddie Bracamontes. Eddie took fifth.
No, it was a tall black
that's Phil Clahar, I think.
After that first original, he was nowhere to be found.
Yeah, he disappeared after that. It's kind of like they moved him out. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's what you're talking about. If I'm not, forgive me if I'm wrong, but
I think it is.
Yeah, I think that's who, because I remember seeing him in there and I'm like, I didn't see him in the second call up myself, when I was piecing everybody together. But so what happened with the girlfriend? So we talked about the last time you're on the podcast, we talked about your girlfriend and how every time you get ready for a show, you break up with a girl. And so you're happy that she made it through North Americans.
I was, yeah.
But she didn't make it to the Chicago show. She didn't make it to Chicago. So can you tell me what happened, or is it too private?
No, I can, it wasn't bad. I'll talk about it. Basically, I think for the both of us, it was an overwhelming situation. Yeah. Because I turned pro and then literally moved to Florida to prep for Chicago. So for me, like, to just do everything at once, and then for her, it was like, what the fuck? Yeah. Like, I kind of, she just moved to Jersey, and now I'm moving to Florida. Yeah, yeah. So I think we were both in a full window of emotions. So, like, we didn't argue a lot while I was in Florida. But, I felt like, I'm in Florida to prep for Chicago. I'm focused. I don't have time for bullshit. Yeah, yeah. And, there were certain things, I won't lie, there were certain things that I did that probably I shouldn't have done that made her feel some type of way. Yeah. And because I was so focused and still a little overwhelmed at the time, I didn't give a shit and I didn't want to hear it. Yeah. And we didn't talk for a few days. And we talked one night, and I just said, I don't think this is going to work out. Yeah. Right. I don't. Yeah. And then, it kind of just ended like that. Like, that was it. Yeah. And then, a couple of weeks went by, and we had a long talk. She kept blocking me back and forth. I kept blocking her back and forth. Like, it was some
on Instagram.
Yeah, it was some childish shit going on. But one day we had a nice little chat, and I said, "Listen, I want to talk, but if we're gonna fight, I'm gonna hang up. Like, I'm not arguing." Yeah, yeah. She was, we were like, no, let's just talk. So we talked it out, and I just had to realize how good she was with me through North Americans, and also realize how overwhelming it was for the both of us right after just winning. Yeah. And just doing a pro show right after, but then strictly moving to Florida. Yeah. It's a lot at once. Yeah. So we talked it out, we worked it out, and we are back together, but we're taking it day by day, and we haven't had any issues yet. So
I think when it comes to our significant others, it's like if you find a good one, they usually can handle like a show prep, right? They'll usually know to like let you do your thing and be who you're going to be. And she probably thought, like my wife would think, like after the North Americans, okay, I get to have my man back.
Yes.
And then all of a sudden you're like, I'm doing another show. So she's like, oh fuck, now I got to go through this again. So it's almost like, she, in her mind, she's probably not prepared for it.
Yeah.
Like I'm just speaking from my own experience, because like my wife is like, she's good enough to let me go. Like if I set out a show, like let's say I'm going to do Chicago, she'll be like, okay, cool, I'll leave you alone for 6 months. But after Chicago, I want you back.
Right. Well, she kind of knew. Like I already told her. I said, if I win North Americans, I'm doing a pro show, and if I win a pro show, I'm going to the Olympia. Like I think she was prepared for it, but at the same time, me and her never really had a chance to develop our relationship. Like it started out as distance.
Yeah.
When she moved here, I basically started prep already.
Yeah. Yeah.
So there was really no us time. It was just, we traveled to see each other. It was nice. It was great. But then as soon as we got to really be together, I'm in prep.
Yeah.
So we didn't get the chance to really form a relationship. And then me moving to Florida didn't really help the situation.
You're like, moving away.
But I'm glad we're working things out though. Like I do love her. So I know she's supposed to come down here in March officially, possibly.
Where does she live now?
So in Jersey.
She's in Jersey. Okay.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you more about the show. So your first pro show, you show up. What does everything feel like at registration? Now you're standing with the big boys. Are you nervous at registration? Or you feel like you fit right in? Like, what's it like?
Oh, I felt like I fit right in. I was excited, man.
Well, I mean, it must be easier for you too, because a lot of the guys know who you are already.
Yeah. Like at that moment, like it now felt real. Like, okay, like here we go. Like I'm here. And I'm seeing everyone. It was cool. Yeah.
Yeah. And they call your name and you got to walk up and get your number.
Yeah.
It's always a nervous moment for me. I don't know why. Like
really?
Early on when I started, because back when I started, it wasn't like you. Like with social media, it feels like everybody can kind of get to know everybody even before you're a pro. They kind of know who you are.
Right.
Especially you, because people kind of were waiting for you to turn pro. So like, all the guys kind of knew who you were already. So when I turned pro, it's like nobody knew who the fuck I was. So I walk into registration and I'm like, there's Darren Charles and like Johnny Jackson and Chris Cormier. And I'm like, what the fuck am I doing here? Right.
Right.
And then they call your number and they're like, first they say your name wrong, like Fouad, number one, come get your number. And I'm walking up. You have to walk up between all the people.
They're all staring at you.
They're all staring at you. Like, who the fuck is this guy? Right. So, but it must have been different for you because, like I said, everybody kind of knows who you are already. And you kind of probably felt like you fit in a bit.
And immediately, like I did, as soon as I showed up, I did an interview with Muscular Development. So like I didn't really have any nerves or anything. I was just ready to go.
Good. So then when you get to, obviously the nerve factor probably wasn't an issue at pump up. Like when you get to the pump up room the next day, you walk in, everybody's dressed and you start kind of sitting around. Are you sizing anybody up? Are you looking around? Or are you kind of just doing your own thing?
Oh, of course. I'm looking at everyone. But I'm a competitor, and I look at everyone and I'm like, I can beat you, I can beat you, I can beat you, I can beat you,
I lost video. Are you still there? I can hear you. I can hear you, but I can't see you.
Hold on.
There you go.
See me?
Yeah.
Of course, I sized everyone, it's, I have just the winning mindset that I like, I did look at, Justin though, and I was like, Justin looks good, man. I was like, all right, Justin looks real good.
So when you're looking around everybody, you saw Justin, did you say take a look at Akeem too? And you're like, or where did you think you were going to place when you were looking around at everybody?
I knew I was going to be in the top 5. I just didn't know where.
Okay. So none of this, like, because I know you're a very confident person.
Yeah.
So is any of it kind of a shock to you at all that you were like, was it hurtful in any way, or did you kind of feel like you belonged in that top 5 but not necessarily winning?
Well, like I said, after prejudging, I was a little hurt. I was a little upset.
Yeah.
Because I felt like I said, I thought I was overlooked a little. I thought I could have been higher in that top 4 when they did the final, call outs for prejudging. But when I came back to finals and, got a little angry and posed my ass off, and I got 4th, I was happy. I was like, this is cool.
Yeah. So now you got a taste of it. Now you know what it is. What's next?
Me and Matt, depending on how the schedule is and what COVID does, who knows, for next year, possibly New York Pro.
Yeah, that's what you're thinking of? What adjustments are you guys going to make? One of the things I noticed, I think a lot of your issues have to do with posing.
Yeah, so when I talked to Tyler, he basically just said, my legs are big enough. They just need more sweep.
Yeah.
A little more roundness, a little more work to my upper chest. And he wants me to work on my front lat spread and back lat spread.
Yeah. Your front lat spread doesn't feel like you're comfortable.
No, I'm not.
Yeah. And me and Ian were doing
it actually got a lot better from North Americans to this show, believe it or not.
Yeah.
But I know it's still not good enough. I didn't think my back lat spread was that bad. Like, I knew what Tyler was saying, but I didn't think it was that bad.
Yeah, I didn't think the back lat spread was bad at all. I thought it was just the front. It's partly, this is your back lat spread here. I mean, this is a video.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can blow this up a bit. This is your posing routine?
Yeah. Keep going. This will be the back double. It's more toward the end. There it is.
Yeah, your back lat spread's good.
Like, I thought in that particular moment, it's really good. So.
Yeah, I think it's good there. So the one thing that I noticed was me and Ian were doing a breakdown, and Ian actually pointed it out that you stretch out your stomach a lot.
In the front?
Yeah, like when you're doing a front double.
Yeah.
You pull this up, like you elongate it, right?
Yeah, I do.
And Ian was saying, I wonder what it would look like if he crunched down on his abs instead of stretching them out. And I wondered the same thing for your front lat spread. I wondered what that would look like, because it's almost like you're making your torso more of your
longer. Yeah,
you know what I mean. So
when Matt's gonna move down here in the first week in November.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna see. I think I won that shot, but I'm just. But with him being with me every day, we're going to be able to really make, I believe, the best changes now, because he's going to basically see me every day. I think we made the most improvements together ever from North Americans to Chicago, because we were almost together every day.
Yeah.
And I think that plays a huge role.
You think you won this shot?
I do.
I think Akeem's got you beating the shot. Maybe I can see you beating Justin in the shot, because I see better arms than Justin.
Yeah.
Better legs. He's a little bit better. He's better in the chest. You're about even in the stomach and shoulders. Your shoulders are a little better. I think I could see you beating Justin in this shot, but I don't know about Akeem, because he's an animal.
Akeem, I ain't gonna lie, Akeem was a big boy, man.
Yeah, he's just a different.
Akeem is a big boy. I won't lie about it.
When you guys were pumping up and you saw him getting ready, did it freak you out or no?
No, I'll just say he's a big boy, but
yeah,
if I'm more conditioned, we'll see what happens.
Yeah. So this freaked me out. I want to ask you about this. This is the day after the show.
Yeah.
Is it smart?
You could say no, or you could say yes. I felt good, and I was hydrated. I drank a lot of water. I was good.
Yeah.
So yeah,
This freaked me out. I'm like, come on, man. The day after?
Yeah.
You're insane. You're insane. By the way, this machine's fucking amazing.
I love it.
Where is this at? This is in Atlanta?
Yeah, it's at a gym called was it Madhouse?
Yeah.
One of they're not done yet. They're getting all the stuff in there, and he let us come in there. The owner let us come in there to train.
Yeah.
It is probably going to be the best gym in Atlanta, hands down.
Yeah, that's a pretty sweet machine, man.
Yeah.
So, are you going to the Olympia?
Yeah, I'll be there.
Are you going with Raw? Or are you going with a different company? Or are you going just to watch?
I don't know if they're going. I actually don't know about that yet, but I know me and Matt are going because he has Sean Olympia.
Sean Clarida.
Yeah.
Okay. So you guys are getting ready for New York. How are you going to make changes? You got the changes that Tyler told you about.
Yeah.
Do you guys have anything of your own thoughts of how to fix things? Did Matt say anything to you that what he thinks?
We had a brief discussion, but I'm sure once he moves down here, we'll have like a true sit down of what the game plan is going to be. But really, like, as far as the training, I don't think the training's the issue. I am 26. I'm young.
Yeah.
So I just think a little bit of it is just, muscle maturity.
Yeah.
As well. Like, obviously I can make the improvements, but still being young, when you're standing next to guys that have been doing this for years, it's, they're going to have that, factor over you a little bit.
Yeah. The density and muscularity of
yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll see. I know I'll make the improvements. I know I'll do what needs to be done. It's just going to be whether if it's good enough or not.
Yeah. What do fans expect from you in your downtime now that you're off? Like, what are we expecting to see from you? Because, like, how much are you weighing right now?
I woke up this morning at like 262.
Is Matt planning on keeping you lean and lean and light?
Yeah, I think we're not trying to get too heavy again.
Yeah.
I don't know how heavy, but we're gonna go more of a by look than looking at the scale. I mean, that scale will keep as an indicator.
Yeah.
But we're gonna just go by how we look. I don't want to. If I can reach 300 and be in good shape, then sure, why not? But
yeah.
When if I start to feel that shitty feeling,
yeah,
I don't from all the food and the weight, I don't want to feel like that.
Yeah.
But if I can hold around 280, 285 and look really good, I'll be fine with that.
What's your rebound like right now? Like, are you rebounding all clean food? Does it give you like more treats? Or like what?
Oh, no, it's all clean food. It's actually not. It's actually a little lower than what I was eating into the show.
Really?
Yeah.
Why is that?
A little bit. Probably because I ate so much after the show. He wants me to kind of rebalance a little bit.
Out. Yeah.
And then we'll up it from there. But
yeah, how hard is that?
What, rebalancing?
No, like for me. See, it's weird.
Well, being strict on a diet.
Well, being strict on a diet is one thing, but it's hard after a show when the floodgates open.
Well, see, here's the thing for me. I did have a bocce last night though, and that was really good. But it's fucking steak and rice, man. Like,
yeah. You don't have to explain to me. I don't care.
And I had white rice too. It wasn't like fried rice or anything. Yeah, whatever. But for me, like, even though I think my food is a little lower, the fats are pretty high actually.
Yeah.
But the carbs are a touch lower, which is fine. But am I hungry? Yes. But for me, like mentally, because I know I can eat if I want to now, it doesn't really bother me. Do you understand what I'm saying? Like when you're prepping for a show and you're hungry as shit and you can't eat, you feel more hungrier.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like now, if I have the option for me anyway, when I'm done, I'm good. Like I don't,
No, I know what you mean because you can if you want to, even though you won't. Yeah. How is Matt with stuff like that? Like if you watched this and he found out you went out to eat last night, would he be?
Oh, angry? He knew because the owner of the Revive gym, Dom, that I go, he was like, "Do you want to go out and get something to eat when we're done training back?" I said, "I don't know, ask Matt." And he was like, I will. And Matt said, yeah, go ahead. So,
Okay, so let's
said, yeah, go ahead. So,
okay, so let's assume it's a different time. Let's say it's 2 weeks from now. And you're going to you decide you want to go to grab a bite to eat. Do you have to clear it with Matt first?
Probably not, but that's who I am.
Yeah.
That honestly, so for this particular offseason, how we're actually going to structure it is we're going to structure it in a way where I'm able to have like a few cheats a meal, and it's not going to fatten me up or fuck me up.
How?
Because and I'm not saying I'll burn out anytime soon because I love this too much, but being in the environment that I am, like, I do feel it's healthy to not, I don't want to say take a step back, but take a night and just go out and not even have fun, but go out to eat and enjoy company and food.
Yeah, yeah.
And not worry about it, fucking with your body. Like,
yeah, I always put it like this. People think when I say a mental break, it means go pound like $40 worth of McDonald's. I don't. I mean, like, there's a restaurant here in the city that's an Italian restaurant that I love going to. And me and my wife will go and I'll have a steak and pasta. So I'm like, it's steak and pasta. Like, it's not.
And odds are, if you don't overgorge, you'll probably gain like a pound. If
Yeah. No, I don't mean like binge. I just mean like that meal. Like, I'll go
just have a meal and maybe a little dessert if you're feeling froggy. Yeah, I mean, if I go to the Cheesecake Factory, I'll go give me a cheesecake.
I usually don't have the dessert. I think I have like a trigger with sugar, man. Once I have a little bit of sugar.
Once you have a little bit, you're fucked, right?
It's fucked. I can't have dessert. I can't even have like.
That's crazy. See, for me though, I love, like, I can't go to the Cheesecake Factory and not get a piece of cheesecake.
What kind of cheesecake do you get?
Red velvet all the time.
Really?
I love it, dude.
I pictured you as a chocolate person.
No, I am a chocolate guy.
Yeah.
But for some reason, this red velvet cheesecake just.
I don't think I've ever had that.
I couldn't get a hard on for the last 4 weeks of this show, bro. This cheesecake said, "Boo!" Struck me high and tall and high.
Isn't it crazy how, like, as soon as you eat something after the show, your fucking sex drive comes back full force?
Oh, bro.
Like, right away.
As soon as I had some good food, I'm like, oh my God.
Call your girlfriend, like, hey, you want to FaceTime?
You need to get here now.
No, it's nuts because I'm the same way. Like, I talk to guys sometimes. They're like, yeah, I get more horny closer to the show. And I'm like, what? I'm like,
I have nothing.
No.
Like, even like the last 4 weeks or 6 weeks before North Americans, I would tell Summer, I'm like, don't touch me.
Yeah, that's how I'm like, don't.
I got nothing to give. I got nothing for you.
Sometimes if I feel bad, I'll be like, look, if you want to do all the work, I'll fucking lay here. But like, I'm not.
Do all the work. I can't even get it up, man. What you mean?
Well, I'm okay. That I can get it up, but it's like I don't feel nothing. I'm just like sitting there. So
you are numb to it.
Yeah. But after the show, as soon as I have like,
you get that energy bunny going. You're ready to go.
Dude, as soon as I have a piece of pizza, it's so weird how it works, man. I'm like, I'm fucking okay. I'm ready. It's all back.
See, you with the pizza, it's me with the burgers, man. You give me a big burger, it's game over, boy.
Yeah. Anyway, man. Listen, so it's good. Things are good. You're in off season. We're expecting you to get huge. Are you going to be putting out a ton more videos or what?
Yeah, now for YouTube and Instagram, I'm going to start now that I have more time and I'm in a better mood now, Jet. Not a cranky dick. I'm actually gonna try and see if I can get one film this week of my training, because actually I just got sponsored by Prime Fitness.
Okay.
So the gym I go to, the Revive gym.
Do you mean Prime, like the line of equipment?
Yes.
Okay. Awesome.
So we're getting all of their equipment into our gym.
That's great.
And I think the first set of it comes tomorrow. And at early, like 8 a.m. And I'll train. Hopefully, if that's the case, I want to film chest tomorrow around and I'll do it later in the day, obviously, so I have time to get everything set up. So
you should get them to film. You should get them to film the equipment coming in, man. I bet you people would like to see that shit. Like all the different pieces that you guys are geting.
We could do that. Yeah. I could see if we could do that.
That equipment's pretty challenging, man. I've used some of those pieces because
I love it, dude. Have you used some of their accessories, like their handles and stuff?
Yeah, some of them. John, when I go see Meadows, the gym he trains at in Pickerington. Yeah, I think it's called American Barbell or something like that.
Yeah.
They have all the attachments and they have some of the prime pieces there, like some of the equipment. But yeah,
my favorite handles, they're called the CAS handles.
Yeah.
It's like the metal fat grips. I'll use them for my arms, and I feel nothing in my elbows, my forearm, nothing but strictly bicep, bro.
Yeah, I haven't used those.
It is amazing.
Yeah. Wow. No, I use the it's like their equipment's really humbling, man, because if you put the weight on different areas, you're all of a sudden like relearning how to do the fucking exercise. For those people who don't understand what we're talking about, Prime has, like, for example, like I use the lat row machine. They have a reverse incline lat row.
Uh-huh.
And for those trying to describe it to people listening, they have like 3 different places where you can load the weight, and putting the weight in different places makes it harder in different areas, like on the range of motion.
Right.
So like all of a sudden your lat row, where you're used to it, like
you got like one plate on this thing. You're like, whoa.
Well, because you're normally used to be able to get, like, normally you can get like some momentum out of the first half and then squeeze the second half.
Yeah.
And if you load it properly, you get no momentum out of the first half and you're like, what the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you're going to be even stronger.
That's what I like about it, though. So I feel like that alone is going to help my physique even more, which I'm excited about.
Yeah.
The main goal for this off season, though, obviously I'm going to get bigger. That's just genetically who I am.
Yeah.
But the main goal is just keep refining everything at this point.
I think that's what you need, because when I watch the show, it's weird when you guys came out. I feel like your illusion could be better. The illusion of your body could be better.
Yeah.
Right? Because I feel like you have enough muscle. Like, you're not lacking muscle anywhere.
I mean, I was the lightest I got. I mean, I'm not gonna lie. The lightest I woke up, I think, the morning of, or Friday morning. Was it Friday morning? Friday morning, I woke up at like 2:45.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
Yeah, but you're only what, 5'6", 5'7"?
5'7".
5'7"? That's lighter than I would have expected you to say.
I think I stood on stage probably around like 2:48.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, you got room to grow for sure.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I don't think I maxed my size out yet. Like, I don't want to put on so much size so quick like I did, even though I think it got me to this point and it benefited me a lot. But I think a little size here with just overall more refinement everywhere is now going to benefit me more.
I agree. Yeah. It's kind of like what Luke did. Luke put on a ton of weight, and then the last year of his career, we talked a lot about how he was more refining than anything.
Yeah.
He wasn't trying to put on mass because he already had all the size. Like, he was big enough. So he's just trying to refine his physique. So yeah, it makes sense. Interesting. Well, man, I wish you luck. I'm happy you came on. I want to talk to you about your pro debut. I want to see how everything's going. I want to see how you're feeling.
Yeah.
And it's good. You're positive about everything. It's good.
I'm always positive because, like, I do believe I have a really bright future.
Yeah.
And as long as I stay on the path that I'm going, I do believe I will accomplish all the goals I set out to do.
How have your fans been? How's your social media looked like? Is it like shit, or are you getting any criticism, or most people have your back?
Oh, most people have my back.
Yeah.
Which is awesome. I love it.
How do you stay so positive all the time? It seems like you don't see any of the negative shit.
I do. I see it all, but majority of the negative people are the ones that just can't do what I do. True. Or they're ones that don't like me for some reason. So I just don't pay them any mind. And
I think that's great, but it's a kind of a teachable moment for everybody listening and myself, because I get fucking riled up and I know I shouldn't, but yeah. How do you ignore these people? What's your strategy for just not letting it roll off your back? How do you do it?
Because not for me, all these people that say negative things, they don't know me. Yeah. They don't know me as a person. They have no relevance in my life. So why would I give them the satisfaction that they want and retaliate?
Yeah. Do you leave negative comments, or do you delete them?
I usually delete them. Like right now in off season, I'll leave them because I think they're funny now. I'm not in prep. I don't care. Fuck it. But if I'm in prep, I don't want to see it, so I delete it.
Interesting. I've never seen it because I'm the same all year round. I don't want to see it, so I'm like, fuck off.
Anyone that brings things, I have blocked more people in this prep than I have my entire life. Like anyone that has said anything about my varicose veins on my legs.
Yeah. Automatic block.
I block. I don't even care what it says. As soon as I read legs with varicose and somewhere in that sentence, block. Like, I'm done. Block.
Yeah, no, me and my friends used to laugh because I used to have like a record. I'm like, how many people can I block today?
I'll text you my block list. It'll probably be about 20 photos.
I feel bad about it, but it's like, I know what you mean. When you're dieting, you just don't want to hear any shit.
Well, because a lot of them will start with something good, right? They'll be like, wow, he looks really good, but those varicose veins are very dangerous. He should probably get them checked. Do you not realize that these varicose veins have nothing to do with bodybuilding? Yeah. I've gotten them checked, and I've said this multiple times. I've gotten them checked. I'm fine.
Yeah.
I'm good. Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people still think, like, I had one guy say, I'm a doctor, and this is what you should do. Like, dude, listen, block, like.
Don't you love when people try and diagnose you for, like, they don't know anything. They know, like, one thing.
Yeah.
Because I put, like, that statement out about not being able to compete, and I'm like, my kidney levels are a little elevated.
Yeah.
This guy messages me with, like, a complete protocol. I'm like, you don't know anything about my blood work. You don't know anything.
Exactly.
You literally don't know the numbers. You don't know shit. I put out like the most vague statement ever. And I'm like, I know, like, this is what blows my mind. I'm like, I know people are trying to help, but I think to myself, okay, I have a doctor who I know and I trust and knows my entire medical history.
Right.
And I have this guy who doesn't even have a picture on his fucking profile on Instagram. And I'm like, maybe that's the guy I should trust over my doctor. I'm like,
yeah, right.
What are people thinking? Like, I don't understand. Like, why would I take your medical advice over my fucking doctor's who knows my entire medical history?
Exactly.
It's insane.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
You gotta love it though.
So in the off season, you don't care. You leave the comments.
Yeah, I think it's funny.
How bad do they have to be before you're like, get out of here? You're blocked. Fuck off.
They have to be pretty severe. Yeah.
You what?
They have to be pretty severe. Like, I personally don't like comments, and it don't matter what time of the year when people say, I'm going to die like Dallas.
Oh, man. I hate those fucking, yeah.
It don't matter what time of the year that is. That's an instant. That's swipe and delete.
I tried to talk some sense into a guy once because he said something about that. I forget what I wrote. Or I forget what I posted, and the guy was like, you're going to die soon, just like the rest of your friends. And I was like...
It is the most...
I actually wrote back to the guy. I'm like, does that make you feel good, man? I'm like, if I died tomorrow, would you be happy because you were right? Like, do you just want to be right? Like,
exactly.
If I died and you were right, would you be like, pat yourself on the back because you were right? Or like, would you feel bad that I died?
Well, see, my whole thing is, though, is like, you have to be some type of fucked up individual to even say that, right?
Yeah.
But luckily, though, they say it to me, it bothers me, but I'm able to brush that shit off.
Yeah.
Like, you say that to the wrong person who's already mentally fucked up, that person might actually go do some dumb shit.
Yeah.
And is that going to make you feel good? Like,
yeah, it's crazy.
People have no remorse anymore. Yeah. It's ridiculous.
Well, because you can't feel anything. Like, you don't, like, if you were standing in an elevator with somebody, they would never say 3/4 of the things that you see online. And I'm not saying because you're scared or you're going to beat them up. I'm just saying just because of human decency. When you're standing in front of somebody, you would never say half the things.
It's a different story now.
Yeah, but online, you don't feel. There's no feeling. You're just like, go fuck yourself. You're going to die, and then you walk away, and nobody cares.
Exactly. So
it's anyway interesting. Well, I'm going to learn from you then because I keep blocking people every day of the year. So I find,
like, honestly though, like even now, like I find some of the comments like funny. I do.
Yeah, I know what you mean. I do have a little bit better sense of humor about shit in the off season after you've eaten some food and you kind of relaxed a little bit.
And then I would even go back to some like pictures. Yeah. I was like, that's a funny one. If I was impressed, I probably would have freaked out though. I do. I'm like, fuck it.
Yeah, that's good, man.
Because you got to think, a lot of them are just jealous of you. Like, I like to look at it as a factor like that. A lot of the ones that, or like, oh, well, you abuse drugs, you did it. You don't know what I do. You probably did it and can't look like me,
Well, either they're jealous or they just
unhappy with their life.
I feel like they just do it because they can, because they never do it in real life, right?
Well, that too. Yeah.
They're like, I can say whatever I want to this guy because he's never going to come find me. So
right.
So they take the opportunity.
Unless you pull a fucking Liam Neeson from Taken and be like, I told you I was gonna find you.
show up at their house. Yeah. Anyway, man, listen, I'm happy you came on. I just wanted to get the update about the show and how everything's going.
I love coming on, man.
Yeah, man, we'll do it again for sure. Good luck in your prep, or good luck in your off season. I hope you get huge. And if you start having cheat meals, start posting them. I want to see that shit.
I will. All
right. Make sure, Matt, like so you're planning on cheat meals how often? 2 or 3 times a week?
I don't even know. I feel like sometimes with Matt, if I just said, hey, bro, I'm going to get him some food, he'd probably be like, okay.
I need to get coached by Matt. That's what I need to. I need to get coached by Matt.
As long as, like, we're monitoring things and you look good, like, I feel like I could be like, hey, Matt, I'm going out to eat with Dom and all them. Is that cool? Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. John's like that too. Yeah. John's like that too. John's
know why he would probably give me okay most or probably all the time?
Yeah.
Because Matt knows how I am.
Yeah.
He knows how strict I am. He knows that if I do go out and eat, I'm probably just going to eat a meal and that's it. Yeah. Like, I'm not going to go haywire.
It's weird, like when I'm in the off season, if like I'm having a cheat meal, I can have just a meal and I'm good. I don't binge in the off season.
Yeah.
It's when I'm dieting that I feel like that fucking tap gets turned on and I can't turn it off.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
And like I said, after a show, like that night after the show, I feel like there's no limit. Go enjoy yourself. Like, fuck it.
Yeah.
But after that, even Sunday, if you want to eat all day Sunday, go ahead. Fuck it. But for me, like on Monday, I get kind of over it. And then I get back on plan.
Me too.
Because it's like the prep's over. So it's like, you can eat now. So it's like, well, let me get some of this water weight off. Let me stick to a diet, and I'll have something on a Saturday or Sunday.
Hey, when you were flying home, were you all fucking bloated and gassy, or were you fine?
I kept looking at my ankles, and they still looked small. So I think I was.
But you weren't like farting and shit on the plane, were you?
No. Shockingly, no, because I normally do. I normally fuck shit up on planes and shit.
Are you that guy?
Yeah. I'll never forget when I did my first national show, USA's in 2016. I sat behind this lady, and I had such bad gas, bro.
on the way home?
This girl was spraying shit. She was spraying something. And my mom was like across from me.
Yeah.
She could smell it. And she's like, what the fuck, dude? But the lady was like literally spraying some shit. And I felt bad because like every time she would spray, I'm like, and then I couldn't help but to laugh because you could just feel the tension from the other seat.
Oh, she's probably pissed as fuck.
But luckily this time I didn't have that issue, shockingly. So.
Oh, I wanted to tell you something. I figured out the spoon debate, the spoon fork debate. The whole thing with eating with a spoon.
Who wins, bro?
No, this is why I figured out why everybody is so spoon and fork. So, what kind of you probably eat like a basmati rice or like a long grain or like jasmine rice, something like that, right?
Sushi rice.
You eat sushi rice?
I love sushi rice.
And you eat it with a spoon?
Hell yeah.
You just fucked up my whole fucking thought process. I got beard hair in my mouth. Fuck.
Yeah, I'm fucking doing, bro.
No, this is no, you fucked up my whole theory now.
I'm sorry.
Because I eat sushi rice.
Yeah.
So it's all like, it's clumped together. So I eat it with a fork.
Yeah.
And I was going to say people eat with a spoon because they eat basmati and it's all like grains of rice. It's not.
I scoop a big ass scoop of the sushi and boop.
Okay. All right. Well, there goes that fucking analogy. That theory goes up the fucking window. All right, man. All right, listen. Have a good one. We'll talk soon.
You too, yeah.
All right, brother.
I'll see you soon, buddy.
Thanks for coming on, man.
Absolutely.
Bye-bye. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe, share with your friends, and like the video. And if you get a chance, check out the description for all the different links to all the different places you can find Hostile and myself. And lastly, check out hostile.com for our new line of supplements and all of our apparel and gear. Thanks again for watching.